friends, my name is Tess, and today we are going to talk about emotions and why it's important for us to understand our own emotions and be considerate of others. Learning about emotions can help us be a good friend to others by teaching us important skills like patience and tone. The more we practice these skills, the more we will be able to overcome new or challenging situations with kindness and fewer nerves. Right now, many of us can't be at school, but we can still learn social emotional skills at home with books and play. The best way to continue to learn and build your emotional skills from home is to read. Read with your family as much as you can. Reading helps us see things from other points of view and teaches us communication skills. Here I am reading some of my favorite books about friendship and emotions. Thankfully, if you need some new books, there are so many ways we can find books to read online through YouTube, epic.com, or your local library. There are also many activities you can do to encourage social development as well. Here are just a few. If you have any leftover plastic eggs and a permanent marker, you can do this fun project, making egg motions. Start by drawing different faces on each egg with a permanent marker. Kids should be capable of using permanent markers as long as they have adult supervision. The top half should be the eyes, and the bottom half should be the mouth. Try making different kinds of eyes and mouths to have different expressions on them. Next, we are going to take the eggs apart and put them back together with different tops and bottoms. Do the expressions on the faces change? How do you think they're feeling? This can be a silly way to learn about and talk about emotions with your family, and we are also working on our fine motor skills. Our next activity is Play-Doh emotion faces. You may have seen printables like these online before. I printed a few out that I found for free online. But if you don't have a printer, you could easily color your own face on a blank paper and it will have the same effect. You might also want to put a laminate cover over these papers so that the Play-Doh doesn't stick or stain the paper. This can be easily done with some packing tape. I trimmed the paper and then added a separate colored paper as a backing. Don't forget to put a little piece of tape on the back so it doesn't slide around when you're adding the tape on top. Then, layer the packing tape in lines all the way down the paper. It's okay if it overlaps a little. And don't worry about making the ends perfectly even because we're going to trim those at the end. And look! Now we have a laminated Play-Doh mat to use over and over again. Like the egg motions, this is also a great way to explore and discuss different emotions with our families. It's important for our social development that we also build our own confidence and self-esteem. We can build confidence by talking with our families about things that make us happy or things we like about ourselves. You can try doing this by turning it into a game using dice or any kind of six-sided cube. I'm just using a cardboard box here. On each side of the box, write down a different question about yourself to answer. You could answer questions about yourself or about other people. Each person takes a turn rolling and then they have to answer the questions that come up. Instead of questions, you could also put a different emotion on each side. I'm using Post-its and holding them down with a little bit of tape so that this box can be reused over and over again. You could begin by copying the face that comes up, naming the emotion, or talking about a time you felt that emotion. This is great for younger children. This helps build our self-esteem and also builds positivity around us. If you don't have a cardboard box or a large die, you could also do the same activity as a card game. It doesn't matter how the questions are delivered. It's just about having positive conversations together. Now, we are going to make empathy bead bracelets using beads and pipe cleaners. You could also use string or whatever you have around your house. The idea with this project is to place energy behind each bead that goes onto the bracelet, kind of like it's for good luck. Before you put each bead on, think about a positive feeling and associate that emotion with each color. You could also associate a person or a thing you love with each color or with each bead. The most important part is creating that positive energy. I hope that today you were able to find some activity that will help with your emotional or social development. Thanks so much for stopping by today, friends, and be sure to share this video with others who may find it helpful. Don't forget to keep reading as much as you can. See you next time!